Hello everyone and welcome back to Journey to Ragnarok. Last we left the party, they found themselves in the realm of the Light Elves, Alfheimr, where they were tasked with reuniting two twins and getting them to reconcile in order to be seen in the favor of some of the gods. Otherwise, they cannot continue their journey to Ragnarok. They found one of the twins who said she would only listen to them if they took on their house's challenge or trial, which was to fight a group of her own elves, completely stripped of all gear, all armor, all weapons, or as the party goal says, to fight the elves in the nude. You guys will have all done that, and gotten prepared for said fight, where you are then guided out into a courtyard where there is an arena, the same arena you saw when you first entered this housing, with a grouping of elves, surrounding the arena, ready to watch, as well as a group of elves within the center that you are to line up against and challenge. Let me put on some sort of music. What's this? That works. So, you are all brought to this arena. Where you are given allowance to enter and line up against the elves. Some of you are missing health on these tokens for some reason. That should probably be fixed. Especially before you
I think
fight.
one of them's mine, and don't worry about it.
And then the other one is, according to this, Astrid's dead.
No, not on my screen, I'm not.
You are on mine. You are
Yeah, I
better
see
than
a
it for now,
fat
honey.
0.
I've got my full 75 on my screen. So, I don't know what to tell you.
Weird. Let me fix that on... Oh, no, there we go. There it's fixed. I fixed Gudrun's.
Wait, it's 5-on-4? The fuck is this?
As you do notice that, it's good. Because as you walk up and see the extra elf, Billinger, the female leader, right here, points to the extra elf, and then points to Gudrun, and says that they are adding a 5th because of that one, as she points to Gudrun.
Oh, wow, I'm so offended right now.
I think Gwen would speak up, and in Elvish, she would gesture to Gudrun and ask, does this old lady really seem that threatening?
Gudrun is doing her best to look not threatening, for once.
Tobias has counted the opponents, and turning to the women, but covering his face, so just Gudrun isn't visible. What's going on here?
In Elvish, you get back, essentially, oh, it's not because of her strength. It's because of our past. Now get it.
Oh no.
Just a look of just surprise on Gwen's face, and she stares directly at Gudrun and says, in common, we have something to discuss later, and then we'll
Oh
look back
no.
towards the field.
Astrid, in common, goes, oh no, it's one of her exes.
Gudrun is doing a mixture of simultaneously trying to both remember and forget everything she knows about this person.
You want to give me
I
you've given me a history once before.
Yeah,
I feel like it'd be appropriate to ask for Gudrun. Do you want to give me another history, but at disadvantage?
sure.
What? Not a wisdom save?
No. A 10? I mean, you might know the basic details. You were definitely here before. You definitely remember mingling with some of the elves, but...
Mingling.
Oh, that didn't do... Wait, what? It should be plus... It didn't add my proficiency. I should be a 14. Because that's going to make a huge difference.
I mean, honestly, it kind of does. A 14 is better than a 10.
No, it is.
So, I'll say that if it's meant to be a 14, then, you know, guys, maybe D&D Beyond is broke.
It could be, because...
Because I'm supposed to be proficient in history, and that did not add a proficiency.
Then if it's a 14, I'll say you do remember being in a relationship with a pretty high up elf. I'll say you... I won't detail it, I'll leave it to your own imagination, but you do remember the basic and, you know, a decent chunk.
That was her nickname.
A decent chunk?
I remember a decent check.
Great.
And do I know this person who I'm talking to? Or who's talking to us?
What was that?
Do I know this person who's talking to us?
I would say, yeah, you'd recognize them. You don't
Okay,
know the,
okay,
you don't
cool.
remember the full extent of relationship, but you recognize enough.
So the sex was not great, is what I'm hearing.
And
Look, the sex could have been great. Gudrun has dementia. She remembers about 25% and makes up the other 100.
and in because it is a point of note, compared to the four of you, the light elves in the arena, they almost, compared to the bug-like chitinous dark elves, the light elves, what one could say, look more to be angelic. They do not have any... They don't have any visible, like, outward, features that one could clearly say male or female, except for how their bodies are shaped. As in, like, maybe these three seem to carry a bit more heft to
Some
them.
of that hits and some don't.
Yeah, like heft to them, whereas these two seem to be more leaf, and that's the easiest way to tell male from female while they are without clothing, without armor. Or as Gudrun puts it, some have hips, some don't.
Do they got back, though?
Guy in the
I
middle.
mean, they should all get back, right?
Okay,
Guy in the middle is as flat as can be.
Oh, okay.
Counts a quarter off that.
Kind of
Mm.
going to when we were all disrobing, would we have had a moment to, like, kind of prepare spells in advance?
You could have certainly done so if you wanted to.
Okay.
Spell
I think I
Great.
just wanted to
It
make
sounded
sure
like
that
there was supposed to be a belt.
You did learn that spellcasting is a open thing in these bouts.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that I'm not wasting my whole first turn just like getting ready when story-wise we probably would have had like a minute or two like distrobing and putting our clothes away somewhere.
Having said that, can I go ahead and cast heroism on everybody?
Certainly.
Ooh.
You're starting with 4 temp hit points, and we are immune to being frightened.
That makes me want to check if I prepared #bless. I don't. You know what? I thought. Look at me go! I have all my tabs open, but I forgot that my spell sheet is actually a spreadsheet. And
When you guys enter the arena, you can set up anywhere behind this pink line.
All right. I think Tobias will set himself right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's good.
Get out there and meet Shield.
So I think Gwen is going to prepare a spell, but I would like to looking out into the elves. They're not wearing any earrings, necklaces, brooches. Like I know they're naked, but they're not wearing any jewelry that could be considered a casting focus. Because I'm a wizard, I think I'd be able to spot that.
They are devoid of equipment, but when you were overseeing them and learned that magic was being used, it seemed that they were just innately casting. Magic is a part of them, not needing something to cast.
Okay. I think Gwen would flip as she's like getting out of her clothes. She's like flipping through her book, and she will recite and add Milf's Minute Meteors to herself, and I'm gonna add it at 5th level, so I have 10.
Ooh, okay.
I would like to go over to Billinger and hold out my arm with the armlet, my fucking Loki's goddamn arm bracelet. Can't think of the name for it. And say,
yeah, the wedding band.
I will swear on whatever both you and I hold holy that I cannot get this off, and that it has no effect on what I do as a magic user, and if you would like to try to get it off, please do so.
I think that she will try to remove it herself.
Mm-hmm.
Realize that it won't remove, and then give you the, man, you foreigners are crazy. You do you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'll just give her a little head nod.
Whatever you got yourself into, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. But I will if you make me.
Alright, Gudrun, Gwyn, where are you setting up?
Oh, what's more helpful for me to cast Bless on 3 of us or Shield of Faith on myself?
It's up to you. You're gonna be punching people.
I'm asking the team!
That's a tough call. I don't know.
That is a tough call because your AC is going to be super valuable. I would say as you're stepping into the ring, you should get big, but that's my only real input that I have on this.
Oh, I mean, wait. What triggers my go big? Does it just happen?
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to have anything for that.
No.
It just happens.
It's
yes.
just innate.
Okay.
It's just a spell, isn't it? Or just a thing?
I was just checking that it wasn't, like, comes with, like, I have to be holding a rune or something.
No, you just...
Because, like, my other rune abilities are, like, you inscribe a rune into, like, an item.
No, you just do.
That would just happen. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go big. I guess I would go big and Shield of Faith. I'll cast Shield of Faith because that lasts for 10 minutes. So I'll do Shield of Faith on myself, and then be ready to go big right before we go in.
Alright, set yourself up where you want to be, and then I'll make you big.
I mean, I think I want to be at the front.
Just remember, Shield of Faith is concentration, so if you get hit, you have to make a con check.
Alright, so as you all enter and set up, Billinger makes the rules quite simple. The bout ends when the first person on either side gets knocked out.
The first person? Okay.
Okay, fine, Squishy.
If
Great.
if an elf gets knocked out, that is it, and you can plead your case to her. If a Midgardian gets knocked out, you have to wait 3 days to try again. And with that, the bout will begin. Everyone roll a niche. As I put on better fight music than that. Which will be, yeah, pure rock and roll. Why not? We all like pure rock and roll.
And one last thing, I think the answer is no, but would I be able to use Crimson Right on my knuckles?
No.
Okay. And I'm perfectly okay with that. I just wanted to check.
Alright, one of my elves are first. They're gonna cast a spell.
Counterspell.
Okay.
Not on my watch, motherfucker.
The...
Third level.
Yep, I'm just looking up the spell that they're casting to make sure what level it is.
If it's something that you have to roll for, you know it was a worthwhile counter spell.
Alright, you are able to counter it. You see magic flash from their fingers and then fade away as you counter it. And they are just going to... They're going to back up to regroup with one of their others. Astrid.
I would like to cast Blindness at 5th level on this one, this one, this one, and this one.
Okay.
And that is a con 16 save.
Alright, they have advantage on saving throws against spells.
Yep.
So the
Fucking
first
elves.
one, 15. Second one, 20. Third one, 20. Last one, 18.
So I got the magic user anyway.
So you got this one.
Okay. Or one of the magic users, I should say. We don't know. And that is my turn.
I'm just gonna spoiler alert. They're all magic users.
Okay. Terrific.
This one back here. You know what? They're both gonna try and dogpile Gudrun.
I mean, valid.
So I'm just going to... I'll play fair. I will just roll their straight strength instead of actually rolling their weapon roll. Since we're all playing by the same rules here, you guys have to do the same. Their strength is not great. Remember, you are not wearing any armor. That is a 14 to hit and a 2.
14 hits, 2 does not.
14 hits, and then I think it's D4 plus strength for damage. This is going to be a slow
I believe
slog.
so.
So you're just going to take 2 points of damage as they punch you.
Cool.
Tobias.
Okay. I'm going to move forward to here, and I'll start punching this person over here.
Alright.
Alright. First attack. I don't think an 8 hits.
Nope.
Alright, second strike. 14.
That does not do it either.
Okay.
Gudrun.
Alright. Plain old strength. Who have we started punching so far? I mean, I guess there's people right in front of me, so...
There are 2 right in front of you, yes.
I'll just go for the ones in front of me. I'll go for this one.
Alrighty.
So... Punch. Did that go?
Yes. That hits. That does not.
Okay, so it's 1d4 plus a d6 for my big plus strength.
Yes.
So plus 5. So 12 total.
Damn, big punch.
Will you allow my fist to count as a weapon attack?
I think if you're adding anything onto it, I think like I said no to the Crimson Right, I will have to say no to you.
It's not that. It's my new cleric ability that allows me to do a bonus action attack. If I use the attack action, I can make one weapon attack as a bonus action. And I think in this context, unarmed strike.
Well, that's an attack,
Could
right?
count?
Yeah.
Like, I think it could, but I'm also, willing to defer to you.
It says weapon attack? Because I think technically if you're... I hate the rules for unarmed strikes, but I'm pretty sure it's... If you're not a monk, your unarmed strikes technically aren't weapon attacks?
Yeah.
But if it just says, does it just say attack or does it say weapon attack?
It says one weapon attack.
Okay, then yeah. That's good for monks, bad for the rest of us.
Yeah. So then no.
Okay.
I'm sure I probably have that wrong, and I'll be corrected, weeks from now, but my answer then will be like, guys, it's been weeks. Why are you telling me this now? So who cares?
Okay.
Alright.
I mean, this is a go big or go home moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Action surge.
Okay.
2 more.
Okay. The 16 hit, the 13 does not.
And it says on each of your turns, so I don't get additional fire damage, so just 6 more.
6 more damage. Okay. You are pummeling this guy.
Yep. Pummel.
These 2 are gonna try and pile onto Tobias. An 18 and a 9.
Neither of them hit.
Even without armor on.
Without armor.
Oh wow, what's your AC without armor?
19.
Damn.
Chunky boy.
Gwyn.
Okay, before I do anything, I would like to know, because I read the book about each individual area and what is a good elemental damage and what isn't. What is strongest here? What hurts them the most here?
Yeah, I'm pretty. Let's see. That should be in our. Did I ever pin that?
Thank you.
I can't remember if I pinned that or not.
Yeah, I don't recall. You might have, but I couldn't find it.
There we go. Augmented spells. Why is this not pinned? Oh, it is pinned. Okay. You are an Alfheimr. Thunder damage is augmented. Necrotic is negated.
Fucking yes.
Okay, got it. So thunder damage is
The silent and sickly excitement from Pepper.
Okay, well I can't alter. I can't alter my spells because I read. I have to actually have my book in order to be able to do that. But I will shout. Thunder. Thunder is the strongest, and I will snap my finger and mutter a prayer to Mimir, and I will send 2 of my meteors as my bonus action. I'm gonna send one here and one here. So both of these guys will need to make 2 separate dexterity saving throws, or take 2 d6. Take a total of 4d6 points of fire damage. It's reduced to half if they're successful. My DC is 18.
Okay. So, it's Dex.
Correct. Dex saves.
Alright,
DC
they have advantage. The first one, 23. The second one, 22. They don't
Damn.
even need the advantage.
So they'll take half this damage as fire. 15, so rounded down. We round up or round down?
We
It's
round
down,
up
right?
for more damage.
8 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And then I will follow right behind that. I'm gonna hit.
Well, as you send them out, you knock one elf out.
I didn't even get to do my thing. Woo! Good job.
I will. I don't know if this will take an action or not, but we were doing this to gain a favor, right?
You were doing this to gain the ability to talk to Billinger about the twins' issues and to try and convince them to make up.
Okay, I will turn. I will turn on my heel to her, and I will shout in Elvish to her. How about we up the stakes? If we take out 3, so 2. If we take out 2 more, you owe us a favor.
Give me a persuasion.
Sure. I'm not the one to be doing this, guys. I have 2 points.
I'm gonna make my own roll.
Can I add my 2 points to that to make that into a 16?
You certainly can.
Okay.
Alright. I'm gonna make my own roll here. My own sneaky little roll. One moment. Let's see here. Doing it on my phone because I can't trust Roll20 to not share my stuff.
That's fair.
Ah! I got a nat 20.
No.
It.
You
That was such a good idea.
you say that, and she, like, throws her hand out in a stop motion, and the fight ends, as she says, I appreciate the attempt, but you have already gotten the chance to speak with me, and you will not get more. Let us go back inside and discuss why you Midgardians come here.
Hell yeah.
I look directly at Astrid, like, help a sister out. Like,
I look back at Gwen and go, clothes back on or nah?
Instant red face. Like she was all in the zone, like fighting. She felt really proud of herself, and then all of a sudden she's just like, oh yeah, and she like scrambles out and just books it for whatever area that we were storing our belongings.
Yeah,
sprints.
You are led back to the building that you first entered, with the stairs that lead up. You do see Billinger walk up to their little throne, up the twin set of stairs, where you are welcomed after you all get dressed. But we'll stay on this map just because.
Okay, I've forgotten what we're here for, guys.
I can remind you, because it has been
Thank
a while.
you. It's been a while, and I have a fever. Help me.
You have to reunite the 5 elven houses. You must convince the twins to make up with each other, as the current hostility is the twins fought with one another, although one of them is not yet aware of that fact, and it has set both houses, all the houses, at a breaking point, if you will.
Right, okay, and this is the house... Well, we've already kind of impressed them. We've already taken care of that part of it, right? Because didn't we know that there were 2 fighting each other for sure?
Yes,
like, out in the open?
No.
No.
It wasn't necessarily outward fighting, more just sibling rivalry turned into a prophecy, but not a prophecy.
Okay. And which house is this?
This is...
Root.
Yes.
This is Root. Okay, the House of Root likes poetry.
And drinking.
And drinking. Okay.
And fighting to stay warm.
What you do?
So the first thing that Astrid is gonna do is say, I quite enjoyed that. I think it's a magnificent way to prove worthiness. Yeah, shush, Tobias. I only wish it could have gone on longer there. And I wonder if you might be inclined to listen to a poem about it.
She would welcome you and say, if you have one prepared.
Astrid says, and this is actually fairly typical in Norse society, Astrid says, I do not have one prepared, but I'm going to give you one anyway. And off the cuff, Astrid is going to do a poetic recitation that is basically a parody poem that is like in good fun, obviously, like a good-natured kind of joking sort of poem about, and a little bit of bragging, because that's okay too, about the length of this fight and compare it to the length of some other things, and just basically take little funny stabs at everybody, though, at both sides.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a comedy performance.
Give me a performance.
Oh god, okay.
Roll for comedy.
Off the dome.
Off the dome, it is captivating, it is funny. This is kind of like an open building, so the other light elves here do hear it, and
that's the idea.
They take fun with it. The one that you guys bruised up is sitting on a table with an ice pack on their forehead and is chuckling.
Please tell me that Gudrun got roasted as part of this.
Everybody got roasted. We all did. They all did.
Yeah, but I just extra want to be roasted.
There's some extra. There's a little extra roasting. Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea, because Billy seems to have a problem with you, so...
I was going to say, is it a vicious mockery's worth of roasting?
I will take it. Give it to me.
You know what? Yes.
Alright, just roll the damage.
Yes.
Don't make the save, Gudrun. It's just going to be the damage of vicious mockery.
Oh shit!
5 points of psychic damage to Gudrun.
Shit. Oh shit. It also includes a line that she recites directly to this dude about how sorry she was that she blinded him and that he stayed blind until after she put her clothes back on.
And probably part of that is also being like, but be glad you were blinded because Gudrun's right beside me.
That's right. Yeah, so it's that kind of a poem.
Well, they welcome it greatly, and definitely seem to be in great spirits as you prepare to talk to them about whatever you're about to talk about.
Okay, what the hell? Okay, above the table, guys. What do we want to talk to them about? Help me.
I think there were two houses that were feuding, and I can't remember if it's these guys or...
See, that's what I was trying to ask, because aren't there two that are openly... Aren't there two that are openly feuding?
The twin houses that are feuding, the twin Billingers, it is the Lady of House Root, who we are now dealing with, and the Lord of House Staff.
Thank you. That helps.
And yeah, the whole thing is they're twins. One of them pissed off the other, but they don't know it yet.
Okay.
And it currently has all the houses of the elves in somewhat of turmoil.
Got it. Thank you.
Your goal was basically get the twins to make up with each other so that the houses of the elves can come together once more.
Right. Alright, so I will say, my lady, have you noticed any unrest amongst all your houses recently?
Perhaps a little bit.
Is this something that concerns you, or are you hoping that everything will just sort of work its way out?
Give me an insight check. Oh, wow, okay.
Wow.
She says essentially to the tune of, I'm sure things will sort themselves out in time.
We were curious if this is a a disturbance that you are at all involved with, or whether you are keeping yourself removed, keeping you and your people removed from it.
With the task that you were given by the gods, and I'll just say in general with how this twin is talking, she would definitely say more like, you know, I'm keeping my people, I'm watching over my people how it is, I'm keeping myself with my people. It seems that this twin may be the one that does not yet know about the
Okay.
fight.
Alright. I am so pleased to hear that, my lady, because as it happens, several of the gods are aware of this unrest between those who should be the best of comrades, and they're not happy about it. So it's excellent to hear that you are taking a neutral part.
What do they ask of us then?
They wish for unity. And they have set me and my friends to see if we can figure out what we can do to assist in that goal.
How will you be doing that?
Well, we started with you in the hopes that perhaps we might find out a little bit more about this unrest, and if you have any advice who we should speak to in particular. I know that it seems unnatural that Midgardians should involve themselves in such a thing, but as you know, the ways of the gods are often inscrutable.
Yeah. We'll think for a moment, but then mention that, very funnily, that if anyone were to fall into problems and fights within the houses, that she should guide you towards her twin.
And please let me ask this with all due respect. Do I seek your twin for wisdom, or do I seek your twin for fault?
He tells you that whether you like it or not, the House of the Staff and their magic will try to impart wisdom on you anyways.
Does it seem like she's making a little joke?
Give me another insight.
Oh.
It might be a mix of being a small joke, but also being very serious.
Okay.
But you can't tell where the joke ends and where the serious starts, I guess I could say.
Okay. Yeah. So I will give just like a little half smile and nod my head, kind of in a somewhat neutral but kind of amused acknowledgement, and thank her for her time. And would it be allowed for us to come back if we find out anything that involves you or your people.
She will nod
We're
her
happy to
head.
fight again.
She would nod her head yes and say she will welcome you back, and that just as a warning, just like her own house, the other noble houses have their own method of welcoming or deterring people, and that her brother will likely pull something of a similar sort of trial with you should you seek him out.
I see. That is excellent information to have, and I thank you for it. I'm not going to push.
While they're talking, I would like to take note of the objects that are in the room, the environment, and see if there's... I just want to try to remember everything that's there in case this is a conflict between siblings of this sibling took something from the other sibling and they want it back.
Ooh.
So, because I have keen mind, I'll remember it. So I just, like, as Astrid's doing her thing, I'm just looking around and I'm just mentally logging everything that's in the room that we're in. And if I'm allowed to get up and kind of like wander around, like I will try to wander into other rooms until I am shooed away. But I want to remember everything that's around in case the topic is brought up of she took my favorite stuffed teddy bear. And I'm just like, fuck, I know where that is.
Okay. Okay. Give me a history check, but I'm gonna give you the answer later. So
Okay,
remember that you've done a history check. Mark it down somewhere.
25.
Okay.
Woo.
Like, this is gonna be about something stupid, guys. They're siblings. It's gonna be something super petty. And I'm like, if I could just spot this and know it, we're gonna be good.
Mm-hmm. No, that's a great plan. Good thinking. Okay, I think
Before we leave, can Gudrun have a quick word with Billinger?
Sure.
Like as kind of everyone's like walking out, Gudrun's gonna like look back, and like Gudrun has only the vaguest whiffs of any memories about this person. And Gudrun is gonna look back like with all sincerity and be like, I'm sorry. I don't remember what I did to hurt you, but I'm sure it was something, and I'm sure I deserve it. But I am sorry for whatever happened. And I'm sorry that I don't remember it. Maybe someday I will, and you can give me a proper punch in the face for it.
He pauses and says, "You left and you don't even remember why.
man.
You left your girl. Ah, how dare you?
Good luck with my brother." And she waves you off.
I look forward to that punch in the face. And I leave.
Okay. And I walk away.
Would it be okay for Tobias to hum I guess an Asgardian tune that he heard in the halls of Odin? Because I think out of anybody, right? Like out of any of these houses, if anyone's going to be multilingual or like cultured on different poems from different realms, it would be these guys. And I speak Celestial.
Give me a performance.
Ooh.
And
Okay.
what are you trying to gain from it? Are you just you're just humming while you're walking away?
Yeah, I'm just I know everyone speaks Elvish, right? So I think RP wise, a lot of my capabilities are cut here, but I want to see if any of them speak the language of the gods, because that feels like something that they might dabble in.
Okay, give me your performance, just to
Okay.
see.
True,
just to
'cause
see
they're
how
into
bad or
poetry.
good it is.
15.
Okay. You begin humming what... The best way I can say this is you begin humming essentially a drinking song. Because when in Asgard, when in the halls, people drink.
Yeah, and yeah, these guys love drinking, so
So you begin...
maybe I had something of theirs to drink with them?
You begin humming a drinking song, an Asgardian drinking song. Maybe even one you heard flow through the doors of, Valhalla.
Hmm.
And yeah, if you begin humming, if you're doing this while still in the building while the others are talking, you definitely get a few of the elves come up and would join you. If you're doing this while your group is walking away and out of the building, you would definitely get some like nods of acknowledgement. Maybe one or two of the elves join in with the humming until you eventually walk away.
Yeah, I think I would probably do it while they were talking, because I think they all speak Elvish. I think I would probably trust in their capabilities in this situation, and see if I can maybe establish like a possible third party with the rumors, because Billinger seems like a very high up sort of official, and I think her life and the life of the common elves in the House of Root are probably two very different things. So I'm sure the common elves of Root probably hear different things than she does. So I think as some elves kind of hum in, I'll actually start singing, singing, quote unquote, in Celestial, and like, assuming they join in,
Mm-hmm.
I guess I just start saying in Celestial. That was a fun fight that we had. I wish it was longer.
Maybe let's say like there's 3 elves with you. They
Yeah.
all, agree with you. One of them says, it's rare that travelers and other realmers come here, but it is always a good bout when they do.
Yes. Do the other houses put up as good a fight as you all do?
They
I think
kinda
in
look at each
character he's
other.
not
Mhm.
he's not being sarcastic, right? Because
Yeah.
when he had his shield up and when he had his rune up, like one of them still almost hit him. Like the movement, it was a 1 digit difference, just one point, and they would have slapped him in the face.
Mhm.
So he acknowledges that some of them do know how to fight.
Shield
like,
spell
sincerely.
or shield, like physical item.
Oh, sorry, Shield of Faith.
Oh, okay.
So my Shield of Faith was up, and my dexterity was increased
Yeah.
from my Blood Hunter thing,
I'm just
and they
making
still
sure
almost
you
hit
weren't
me.
wearing an actual
No.
shield. Yeah, okay.
No, I was
Oh.
down. So
They
I do mean that.
they kind of all laugh to themselves, as one of them would respond with, "Oh, we're the only house that offers this sort of experience to foreigners. The other houses have their own methods of dealing with people."
Certainly, and that's to be expected. I would just think that there's some level of intermingling, even back in Midgard. members from different houses would intermingle. I'm a product of 2 houses myself.
There is some. We usually all work together in harmony.
Is there perhaps 1 or 2 that you work better alongside, perhaps towards a common goal, or is there one that doesn't like to cooperate?
I'm gonna roll a d20.
Okay, that's what this RP was for, just for this chance.
12. One of them would say that normally we all work well together. Maybe some of the other houses work better than others, but due to the nature of our Lady of Root, we tend to mostly see visitations from her brother's house, but that has slowed down recently.
Oh, okay. Huh. It seems so strange for there to be a dispute between the two, especially when there doesn't seem to be anything to gain from it.
Most of us would
Good to
agree with
know.
that. The twins are usually in good spirits together when found with one another.
Yeah, I think, I guess in character and out of character, something is like telling me that there's a third party that's instigating this whole dispute. So I'm kind of progressing towards that sort of investigation. But for the time being, I think that has at least hinted that there doesn't seem to be a motive between the 2 houses for this dispute to be happening. Okay. Thank you. Tobias will do these warrior poets do kind of like a Spartan handshake? Has he kind of seen them like greet each other?
I'll say it's a more dainty version of the Dutch, and what's his name, hand clasp from Predator.
Okay, yeah. I'll exchange that sort of greeting with all 3 of the poets, and I think we can say that this probably aligns with the timeline of everyone else exiting the room.
As you
Dillinger.
kind of come to your conclusion, the others are walking out, with Gudrun walking out just a bit later than all the rest of you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll bid him adieu. I'm not gonna ask you to make up 3 NPC names, but like, I know 3 of them.
You know 3 of them. How about we'll say, just like
Those
that
guys.
history check for the future, if they ever come up again, remind me in the future. That is
All right,
Future
sounds good.
Pie's problem.
All right, sounds good for Future Pie.
But you guys are able to leave the building. And,
We were supposed to be meeting some of them, weren't we? Didn't we talk with a different house before we came
yeah.
over here?
We met with a elf leaf guide, Isilgnor, but it looks like the House of the Leaf is at the center. I think we were supposed to meet with Leader Dane, maybe?
We were going to meet up, I think, at a particular time, and they were going to take us? Does this sound right, or am I just making it up?
I think they did that already. I think you were gonna
Did we do that already?
Them to lead you to the House of the Root.
Oh, okay,
Which is how you got here.
Okay. That's what it was.
I think Tobias would share his information and his gut feeling with the party.
Mhm.
I take it they would exchange information back. What do we want to do?
Astrid is going to look around and look at Tobias and like tap her bracelet with her finger a couple times and then like raise her eyebrows like Loki maybe.
That's a possibility, but we're going to need some sort of proof,
Yeah.
or some sort of method to prove that there's no reason to be fighting.
Well, should we tackle the House of the Staff, or do we try to find out more from other houses at this point? Because we still have Branch and Trunk.
I don't believe that there would be any reason to be hesitant to visit the House of the Staff. Uh, the House of the Staff's lord doesn't seem to have any disputes with anyone other than his twin.
Well, Gudrun, Gwyn, what do you think?
What? Huh? Gudrun's
Yeah,
gonna
okay,
interrupt
never mind.
herself.
Trying to include you, but just, yeah.
I'm sorry.
I think we're I think we're at a bit of an impasse here. I don't know if the issue is who you think it is, Astrid. Um, while I do see the justification of going straight to the twin, I also think if there is a second um, if there's a second individual involved that isn't the twins, it wouldn't be a bad idea to rule out the other houses before we
Okay,
go to them.
that makes sense to me. Might I propose that we go to the House of the Branch next? They like conversation, so perhaps that means they like gossiping.
That seems to make sense. I'm not sure if I'll be much help there, but I'll be listening, I suppose.
Well, anytime that any of you have been able to feed me information in the past that I should be using as I speak, it has worked out very well. So I would say just keep that in mind if things occur to you. We were also told that they are malleable, so it's possible that we can talk some circles around them and just see what we can find out.
If anyone can talk circles around anybody, it's you.
Well, circles are my favorite shape.
Jot that down. That'll become important in the future.
Yes,
So,
totally
Everyone
important.
remember it.
Astrid's
Everyone
favorite
remember
Uh-huh.
it.
Yep.
Circles.
Uh-huh. All right, well, let's head for the House of the Branch then.
Okay. Which you do not know where that is.
Oh, I thought we got told where all of them were. Sorry. Okay.
I think you were just told where Root and Staff were. I don't think he told you the other I think you know where Leaf, Root, and Staff are, but not the others.
Okay.
I'm remembering.
Well, can we stop someone passing by and ask?
Hail, person.
Yes. Hail,
Certainly.
exposition man.
Yeah. You could also just
Guidance.
try and find your guide.
Oh,
Yeah, we can
we-
look. We can look for them.
do we know where Isielnor is?
Everyone give me perceptions.
Would you take a history to remember where where we last left him, or where he may have said where he was going?
Yeah, I'll take it. Gudrun, you want to roll?
Oh, sorry. History?
Perception.
Oh, perception. And is my perception in here properly? No, it's not. Roll 20. Why are you being a poop?
Roll
Oh, but it's
20
also
being
wrong
a
on
poop,
here now.
D&D Beyond being a poop.
Okay, one sec. I'm just gonna roll a d20 and then figure out what I need to add to it. I would have normal proficiency plus wisdom, which would be +7.
Okay. I'll say in time you can definitely find him, walking around the various housings and quote unquote neighborhoods of the elven towns and villages. Um, but before you guys find him, as you guys are walking, eventually your path takes you past the center, past the branches that are laying down from the um, markings of Yggdrasil here in this realm. And as you guys are passing by, you notice that Ezekiel's pot is still there. It is empty, and there seems to be a note attached to it.
Oh shit.
And
I'm gonna read it.
Ezekiel is not there.
Gudrun's gonna, be mildly concerned and go up and read that note.
Alright. You go up and read that note, and it reads, some kind people came by, and they didn't have soup. So I went with them to teach them how to make some good dwarven soup. If you guys need me, don't worry, I'll find you. Good luck.
Gudrun just
Ezekiel.
kind of, crumbles it up and throws it away. And is like, well, he's gone. Went to go share his soup with other people.
If you know
There
what
was
I
a
mean.
look of shock
I
and
think you do.
concern on Gwen's face, and then it changed to just kind of relief and a big old eye roll.
Yeah. Oh no, one of the old people is gone. Oh no.
Not our crazy old people. We need those, obviously.
As soon as
Fundamental.
Ezekiel gets back, Gudrun's gonna make him fight 2 naked men
Right.
just to talk to her.
You guys, Astrid is so ageist and it concerns me.
What?
That's something. But
I hope to God you get hit by a ghost in this campaign.
I know.
I really do.
I know.
Look, Astrid, we could make it work if you were just, 40 years older.
if there's nothing
It
else
doesn't
when you
discriminate.
guys get the note, you do eventually move on and find your guide, and you can ask him. You guys left him in with good rolls and good spirits. So if you ask him, hey, can you guide us to this house? He will, oblige. Say he will.
Did we find out what house he was from? I'm sorry.
He was Leaf, I believe.
Leaf. Okay. Thank you.
You believe?
I believe.
It's true belief.
And as I believe, because now I have to go prepare an entirely new house for you guys to interact with, and because one of you are actively dying of sickness, we'll call the session there a bit early, so that our lovely bard can rest up and I can prepare the new noble elven house. But for now, that will be Journey to Ragnarok as I enter a new goal on the sheet. Which will be just a simple talk to the other houses. How about that? That works, right?
Boring. Talk to them naked is what it should be.
No.
Well,
I just need to say we're not doing very well on our first goal, guys, and it makes me sad.
Yeah, so far,
Excuse me, I'm right
There
here.
were
I'm
like
kidding.
15 naked dudes, and you didn't hit on a single one. That's
I
on
did
you.
though during my poem.
So
I
far,
completely did.
the one
I
person
absolutely did.
who has all the significant others is the one person Astrid does not like, and it's good.
hmm
The
Listen,
one
I
person
want
we
better.
are like, no, she shouldn't.
I
have
want. I don't care that I'm married to a god. I want decent, significant others.
You could have had those two bear guys back in like session 5, but nothing came of it.
I'm pretty sure I tried.
I think the greatest part of all this is the fact that, like, the lesson that Gudrun has gone through is completely lost on Astrid, and the irony is amazing.
Listen, Astrid keeps people happy.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
All right,
Gudrun made people happy by leaving some of them.
Before this turns into a bonking session,
Yeah,
and-
baby.
and
Yeah.
violence happens. We're gonna say goodbye to YouTube. So why don't you guys say that?
Bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
Goodbye, YouTube. See you next time on the
Bye,
journey to
YouTube.
Ragnarok. And as always, goodbye and stay sweet.